What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here, and today's mission, I want to talk about the current situation going on with the remake, its early release in other countries, and how it has actually affected this channel and myself as a fan. So, I want to say that the first half of this video is going to be me talking to you as Soldier First Class, the content creator, and then the second half of this video is going to be me talking as Soldier First Class, the Final Fantasy VII fan. So, the different parts of this video are going to be slightly different in nature, but both from the place of a fan's perspective. So, as a content creator, I feel like I've kind of been punched in the gut. When I started this channel last January, I didn't see this all happening. This was a very fast growth for me. We're over a year now, and we're at over 13,000 subscribers, something I never in my life thought would happen. And I've been very excited for this game for the past 5 years, 15 years if you count the tech demo. And I don't know, I guess right now to clarify, I understand there are bigger problems in this world going on than me getting this game on time, before time, late, whatever the case. We have a lot of problems going on. This virus going around is a very serious problem, and I feel for the people that are affected by it, not just from a gaming perspective, but from a human being perspective. And I almost felt like I didn't want to make this video because I felt like if I complained about the game coming out early for other people, or if I made this video in a certain way, it would come off as me bitching about it. And I don't want that to be the premise or the idea behind this video. I'm happy for the people that got it early, 100%. I do not fault the people that got it early. I'm happy for you guys. I want you to enjoy this game as much as I want to enjoy this game. It isn't about you guys getting it early. Not at all. I guess my problem is, from a content creator perspective, is that because people got this early, and to clarify, I know this was a move on Square Enix's part to help those affected by this virus and their areas during lockdown, because right now, if you're in lockdown, you've got nothing to do but, your own devices to help you out in getting through this time. And we do need positive stuff like playing games like this in our lives to counteract the horrible stuff going on right now. And, it's one of those things where, like, I'm happy for you guys, but at the same time, Square Enix asked us not to spoil the game. They asked us not to post content till April 10th. And that is happening right now. And I feel like it's not that Square Enix has betrayed us. And it does feel like that right now, I guess, for some people because of the situation. I don't feel that way personally. I feel like some of our own fan base has betrayed us. And I know that spoilers are something that you can avoid. And it's, depending on your situation, you may not look at the internet that much, and you may not be directly tied to the internet. Unfortunately, for content creators, that's not the case. We still have to be active with our communities. We still have to be active with, our channels, our social media accounts, everything like that. And it makes it very hard when people tag you in post, or they message you privately or whatever, and they're like, here, and then they just flash a bunch of messages on the screen. I have actually taken instances to protect that on Twitter, so hopefully that will go through just fine. But I do want to talk about basically how this affects the channel in a content sense, because now I did have a week worth of content planned for the launch week. I wanted to celebrate this last week of launch, something we've waited 5 years for, something some of us have waited 15 years for, going back to the tech demo. And now it just feels like the wind's kind of been taken out of my sails. And I know a lot of content creators probably feel this way too. Obviously there's a problem with theory videos. If I make a theory video and I make that video and someone's already played the game and they don't care about spoiling it for people, they're going to go into the comments section. And then I'm subjecting my community to that. So for me, I feel like if I subject you guys to those spoilers, I'm part of the problem. And I know a lot of people have suggested that I just turn comments off. Unfortunately, that directly impacts my engagement ratings on my analytics. And that's something that's very hard for me to deal with because YouTube's algorithms are not that great. And when you're riding a hot streak that I've currently been on, you want to stay on that hot streak. And to do that, you have to keep all of your features engaged. You have to keep your community engaged because unfortunately, likes, dislikes, those are just a small part of the equation. Whereas comments, engagements, clicks, everything else, that is all part of that algorithm. And unfortunately, disabling comments makes that algorithm throw into a frenzy and doesn't allow the engagement that my videos would normally get, and it causes my content to suffer on a view count basis and from a community basis. So unfortunately, that's not an option I can explore. I have looked into it. It's just not for me. But also, like I said, if I make that theory video and someone comes in and is like, oh, that theory's wrong because boom, and then it's like this huge spoiler, and if I don't catch the comment, or even if I see the comment myself, you know, even if this person's just trolling and that spoiler is not real, it still presents a problem, and it still makes it to where my community is at risk of spoilers. That's not to say that I won't make a video in the coming week, because I definitely have something planned. In fact, after this video comes out, I'm going to be editing a video that I know you guys are going to love. It's something that I'm super hyped about, and I actually rewatched it today, and I had nothing but smiles on my face. And with this current situation going on, that's what we need right now. We need those smiles, and we need that passion and that energy. And that's why I'm not going to stop making content. I feel like a lot of people, and I don't want to toot my own horn here, I don't want to brag or do anything like that, but I feel like a lot of people have come to me on Twitter in private messages, and, you know, I posted a community post yesterday about this situation and how I felt about it and my discouragement because of it. And that's the thing, like, a lot of you responded to those things, and a lot of you messaged me privately and tweeted at me and whatever, and asked me to keep going regardless of the situation, because the content that I put out, it somehow affects you guys in a positive way. And that's something that I've always wanted from this channel. I've always wanted to impact this community in a more positive light, and I wanted to bring more joy to the people that watch my videos. So, that being said, I'm going to keep making content. I'm not going to let a bunch of spoilers, I'm not going to let a bunch of content creators that can't read the terms of service, I'm not going to let people on Twitter ruin this experience for me. As much as I cover this channel, and as much as I know about the game, and as much as the scenes that I have seen, there's still a lot of surprises for me. And I want my first playthrough to be special, because I will never get that playthrough back, and neither will you guys. And that's why spoilers, even though, you know, people can say, well, you can't spoil a 23-year-old game. Well, that would be applicable if Final Fantasy VII Remake was a 23-year-old game, but it's not. So yes, there are things that can be spoiled. Yes, the experience can be impacted by spoilers. And that's the thing that I cannot stress enough, and that's why this whole leak, this whole posting content before April 10th thing, and that's where this whole problem lies, is that we are getting this stuff, and it's ruining people's first experiences. And that's something that you can never get back. You can never replay a game and be like, this feels like it did the first time. It just doesn't work that way. And I want to shield you guys from that as much as possible. That's a little bit of the fan side coming out of me too. Like, it's hard for me to separate fan from content creator, because I'm both at the same time. So while I am a YouTuber, and I do want to look for stuff, and I do want to dig deeper into this game, I also, as a fan, do not want to see those spoilers. I do not want to see those in-context things, because that's really what it's all about. We're seeing things leaked that are in context. If Square Enix shows something, you don't necessarily get the context of it. So I don't consider that for me necessarily a spoiler, unless there's audio to it. If there is a context to that spoiler, then yeah, it's huge. It's a huge, huge spoiler. But for me, like I said, as a content creator, this is going to make it very difficult to make videos and stuff about the remake because of the situation. And I'm also going to start putting into effect plans that are going to basically be different from the perspective of content. So what that means is, like, I made a near replicant video the other day, and that video did really well for me, considering it's not a Final Fantasy video. And I want to start doing those things more often, because eventually the remake's buzz is going to wear off. And while you guys watch me for all Final Fantasy content, if they don't announce something soon about 16 or part 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake, then things are going to start to be dry. And I don't ever want that to happen. I want to start making videos about Final Fantasy X, a potential 10-3. I want to make videos about Nier Replicant, some of the Platinum games that are coming out, like Platinum Games is making Babylon's Fall. I really want to cover that. So those are things that I'm going to be doing, and I know not everybody is going to watch those things. I understand that. You subscribe for a certain content type. I get that. And I'm not really worried so much about the numbers right off the start, because honestly, I streamed and did videos for no one before, so, I get the whole process. It's a growing process. I get that. So that's what I want to do. I want to do more things that are not my normal content type. And I will be taking suggestions for sure. Like, that's something that I've always wanted to do with this channel, is take your guys' suggestions. But going from there, now let's get into the second half as a fan. So as a fan of this game, I've been waiting my entire adult life on this game. I'm currently 28 years old. I was 13 when Final Fantasy VII got its tech demo on the PS3. And I was so blown away. I thought for sure we were getting a Final Fantasy VII remake. And then when 2015 rolled around and we had gotten nothing forever, and there were rumors that E3 might contain Final Fantasy VII Remake, I lost my mind. I was like, oh my god, they're actually going to do it. They're finally going to do it. And then it happened, and they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake in 2015. And I was sitting in my car at work, and I was so overcome with just joy and happiness. And little did I know that it would take them almost 5 years, close to 5 years, to finally release the first part. And now that it's a week away, I don't even know how to fathom that thought. I don't know how to put into words what that feeling is. And I think that's why this early release and the spoilers and the leaks and the division in the fan base has really hurt me as a fan. Because I want this game to succeed, and I want the developers to succeed, and I respect the devs 100%. I know that not every project Square Enix has come up with has been a home run. So, as a fan, I'm really kind of heartbroken for the people that have waited so long for this, only to see people in, posting this stuff, content creators not caring about fans, and unfortunately, as a fan, when you watch YouTube, like from your guys' perspective, and even I watch YouTube all the time. I watch other creators. I watch my friend Night Sky Prince. I watch Maximilian Dude. I watch Ray Kaufman, Game Shower, Lightning H8, 9, Fish Fried Cat, all of my creator friends. I watch all of them. And if I left any names out, I apologize. I could go on 20 minutes with all the people that I know and I've met and grown with in this community. But I feel like, as a fan, when you watch YouTube, YouTube's algorithm wants to promote videos that they think you will watch. And that's how people like me grow. The problem with that is that they recommend videos sometimes that have spoilers in the thumbnail. They have, oh my god, I can't believe this happened, and then they spoil it with the title. Twitter is weird because, if your friend likes something or retweets it, you're going to see it. So if your friend doesn't care about the game or the spoilers and retweets that tweet and you see it, boom, spoiled. And I know you can do trigger words and stuff like that. There are ways around those, unfortunately. So it just sucks because right now it feels like we're dodging a minefield. And As a fan, that's a difficult thing, especially in isolation. A lot of people are in isolation right now. A lot of people's only connection to the outside world right now is the internet. And to basically tell people that, hey, don't look at Twitter, don't look at Facebook, don't get on YouTube. Those are heavy, heavy traffic sites. So basically you're telling someone that's already in isolation, whose only connection to the outside world is the internet, to just not look at it. Unfortunately, the posting of spoilers has to be a self-regulated commitment. And that's why it's so hard to tell people, oh, stay off the internet. Because we're not in a situation that we have normally ever been in. Never in my life, personally, have I ever been in a situation where I have had to isolate myself in a house or not go anywhere, or, I've never been in that situation in my life before, and now we're facing that. So I don't want it to seem like I'm downplaying this whole crisis thing and acting like poor me and all this other stuff, because I'm not. I genuinely feel for the people that are probably going to get this game late because Amazon is delaying shipping orders again. And I feel bad for these people, and I feel bad for the people that can't play it till April 10th because they downloaded it digitally, and they have to dodge the internet during isolation. Like, this is not a great time for the fan base, outside of Australia and Europe, of course. Japan doesn't even have the game yet. Japan has not released the game yet in their own country. So, I don't know. I don't know how to address this situation in a way that doesn't sound like I'm bitching about it, or that I'm saying poor me, or that I'm downplaying the crisis going on. Because let's be honest, there are way more important things to be upset about than a game not getting to you on time. There's way more important things to be upset about than somebody else getting a copy early. And like I said, I'm happy for those people. At the same time, we have to respect our fellow fans. Even if you choose not to respect the developers, which, that's your choice, that's your personal choice. They put out a terms of service. If you choose to break that, that's on you. But if you're not going to be respectful to the devs, which I strongly encourage, please be respectful to us. I've been a fan since 1997 of Final Fantasy VII specifically, anyway, and I feel a little bit betrayed by the fan base, and not all of you. Obviously, there's a lot of people in this fan base that are really, really upset about this. Some taking it maybe a little bit too far, some taking it, in stride. But at the same time, like I said, we have to do some sort of self-regulating as a fan base. This is not acceptable. You're basically using the fact that you got the game early to ruin it for other people. And that's not cool. That's not cool to your fellow fan, that's not cool to the developers, and that's just not cool in general. So, I don't know exactly what the future holds right now. I do know that I'm going to keep making content. I do know that I'm going to keep being a fan of this game. My hype, regardless of how much of a hit my emotional state is taken because of this, my hype for this game is not going to be killed. I will not accept that. I've waited for this game too long for a couple assholes on the internet to ruin this for me. So, that being said, I love y'all very much. Thank you for listening to me ramble for God knows how long this video is going to be. You know what? I hope that your first Final Fantasy VII Remake experience is just as amazing as your first experience playing the original game. Because we need that right now. We all do. And I don't care if you're in a place that's isolated. I don't care if you're not. The whole world is feeling the effects of this right now. And we need to stick together. We need to be a united fan base and a united front. Like I said, I don't hold anything against anybody that got this game early. But please be courteous. Please follow the terms of service. And if you did get the game early, enjoy it, please. And know that we're about to enjoy it in 8 days. So, anyway, guys, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below if you are still hyped for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy VII Remake news, rumors, trailers, and content, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.